Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's digital marketing tip of the day. My name is Alfonso Styles, and today's tip is create compelling content. Now, I have a list here on different ways you can do that, but the main thing, it's important in digital marketing to create compelling and relevant content that's going to draw people to your website or to your offer or to your product or services, whatever it is you're offering. You want to create content in the form of a blog, a video, infographic, or just a social media post, something like this, with me doing these tips and everything that's helping bring people to my website and to the different groups that I offer. So today's tip is create compelling and relevant content that's going to bring your audience to your website. And I have a list here on different ways you can do that. Now, valuable content can be formed, as I said, and can be created in the form of blogs, videos, infographics, and stuff like that. YouTube, a lot of people use now, a popular thing right now on social media, if you're doing social media posts, is videos. Right now, videos are the things that are stopping people when they're scrolling, and they're the most engaging thing right now that's on social media, and the most effective way to promote your content and to create content for social media. Now, what I do personally, a way for me to do that is I cross media, if that's a word. I cross media my content. I will start off with a blog post, and then I'll take that blog post and turn it into a podcast. I'll take that blog post, use that as my podcast notes, turn it into a podcast, and then I video the podcast, and then that gives me content to put on my YouTube channel, which is USMMG TV, by the way. But there's different ways you can do that, and one of the main things you want to do when creating compelling content is stay consistent. Even if nobody's watching your stuff, you still want to stay consistent. You still want to make sure, you post regularly, so people who are watching it can get an idea of the times that you post certain things, and when you post it, and how you post it, and most importantly, where you post it. So you do want to cross-channel a lot of your content and reuse it if you can. I reuse my content all the time. Not necessarily the next day or whatever, but I may take some old content from the past and reuse it for new content that I'm creating now. So you want to post content regularly. You want to create content that's entertaining, informative, and empathetic. So don't have just boring things. Like, whatever content you want to create, you want to make sure it's relevant to your product or your service, relevant to your company, but you also want to make sure that people are engaged. You don't just want to sit there and be boring and this and that, and that. You want to make sure people engage. So sometimes you want to ask questions, or if you have an interactive video, have a call to action. Put it somewhere like on the bottom or on the top. You want to have a call to action so that people can be more engaging with your content. Now, you also want to create content that's original and reflects your brand values. There's no point in putting content out there that's not related to your brand, your product, or your service. Any content you want to put out there, you want to make sure it's relevant to what the person, to their end goal. You want to make sure it's relevant to what you want them to do at the end of your content, whether it's a call to action, whether it's to sign up for a service, whether it's to purchase a product. You want to make your content relevant and informative, and make sure it's detailed. Create the value in your content, because confused minds don't buy. And if somebody's watching a video, or they're interested in your product or service, but they don't completely understand it, you want your content to be able to break that down. And again, another one of the most effective ways to promote your product or service through the content that you post on social media. You'll notice that I run a lot of challenges, and every challenge might be a free challenge, and it'll help my clients to meet the goal, whatever it is, whether it's a lead challenge or a traffic challenge, a hero challenge. We're going to have a hero challenge coming up soon, but it's going to help them to meet that goal. But if you are just posting random stuff that's not relevant to your product or service, they're not going to be interested. They'll watch it, but it's not going to pique their interest in what you want them to do. You're not going to post some content about dancing dogs or something, and then you want somebody to sign up for credit repair. It has nothing to do with what you're going to do. So an example of that, and what I do for my credit repair company, is I'll have different challenges. I'll have a 30-day credit repair challenge, a 5-day referral challenge, different things, something that's going to get them in the mindset to purchase, help them build rapport with me, build my credibility, build the confidence that they have in my company, and then it's just going to help you all around. So you want to make sure you post engaging content and customize the content on different platforms, as I said. You want to make sure if you do a blog post, again, like I said, I take my blog post and turn it into a podcast, take my podcast, turn it into a video, cross-channel your content and just get it out there. So again, today's marketing tip is create compelling content that's relevant to your brand, product, or service, and that's going to create the value, because at the end of that content, you want that person, whoever's watching your video, to be able to respond to your call to action.